Well,
CD.
it's a great privilege to be able to work on Emily McLeod. She just happens to be my daughter for me, and it was interesting because Emily's been playing piano. She just happens to be my music since she was young, and it was interesting because Emily's been playing piano, doing music since she was young, and when she was just a little girl, she kind of prophesied that she would be a violinist and play piano. And one of the first things we ever heard her describe about herself that she felt like she'd be doing it, and it's proving to be true. And so some years ago, she came to me and began to play me some of the music that she was creating. And at first I was a little skeptical, kind of like, okay, here's a child, a kid, playing music and writing music. And of course that's what I've done for many years as a producer and a writer. And so I was also a little bit picky about what I like and even what I should work on. And but her music, as she began to play it for Sarah and I, her mother, we began to look at each other like, wow, it really is special. It really is great composition, and most of all, it was anointed. We felt the Spirit of God in this music, and we were like, wow, this music demands attention. And I was kind of determined I didn't want to just work on a project because it was my daughter. So even though I love her dearly, so as she began to come up with these songs, and we would look at them, we'd process through them, and we'd figure out what we should do, and we came up with this project at a very special time when her mom was going through some cancer, fighting a battle, and going through surgery. We were able to take that time when everything shut down. We were just a quiet time, and we were able to put together this music, and it's very captivating. It has healing properties in it, and I think you'll really enjoy it. It's somewhat enchanting, is a word I would say. And so hope you be able to check this out and enjoy it. It's one of those CDs I believe you can just put it on repeat and it'll set an atmosphere. So enjoy Refresh from Emily McLeod.
So when I was 5 years old, my parents gave me the privilege of having piano lessons for the first time. And ever since that point, I have been fascinated with the piano, and music has become a huge part of my life. And even throughout all my school years, it has become such a special, even stress reliever for me that I could just get there and express my emotions through music, through the piano. I have been raised in a very special creative community called The Foundry. As you see right now, you're in it. And every Friday night we do something called Friday Night Fire. It's a special worship night that happens. And I've been raised in worship and music for 17 years, all 17 years of my life. We also do something in the fall called Thunder School, and it's a school specifically for musicians and anyone who has creative gifts. And my dad suggested to the students that we do a CD, or a devotional series actually. And at that time, he asked me if I wanted to record one of my own songs on the album. I was kind of shocked because I never would have thought about doing anything like that. But he asked me if I wanted to record a song, and I had been working on one, so it was the first time that I played and recorded one, and it was very special. And so that was actually the spark that inspired me to continue to finish and write this album. What was really interesting about this recording process is that I'm a night owl, and my dad is definitely an early bird. So I would get up around 9:30 p.m., start recording music upstairs at my house, and record all night until about 3 or 3:30 in the morning when I basically fell asleep on the keys. And then I would get up, go to bed, and literally an hour later, my dad's such an early bird, he would get up at 4. And he would start working on the music that I had just recorded and start producing it. And so we did this endless cycle for almost a week straight of just pure recording and producing, and then we would listen to it together in the afternoons. But it was really cool because it was this continuous cycle, and it was really fun. I pray that as you listen to this CD, it will bring you healing, restoration, and most of all, refreshing to your soul. My dad went to Italy this last fall, and when he came back, he told me all about the incredible culture, the warm welcomes, the Italian exotic food, the architecture, the Renaissance style, everything. It inspired me so much that I wanted a little taste of Italy myself. So I wrote this piece, Florentina, and the name came about because it has an Italian melody, and it kind of sounds like, yeah, very Italian. So I asked my dad, this song reminds me of Florence, Italy. What do you think that the title of the song should be called? And he says, what about Florentina? And that's what it is. So enjoy. Deep Calling is a very special song to me because this year I go to Franklin High School and I'm in a program called the Interbaccalaureate IB program, and this year was the first year that they offered a music class. I immediately, as soon as I heard they were going to offer a music class, I jumped into the class and I decided that I was going to take it. And I am so glad that I took the class because not only did I learn music theory, but I was given time in class every week to create my own music. And so I wrote this song, Deep Calling, as well as Florentina, in school. And it was the catalyst for me to finishing my album. So I hope you enjoy Deep Calling. Driving song with a lot of momentum called Relentless. As most of you know, I love Lord of the Rings. It's one of my most favorite movies and stories. And the reason for this, or behind it, is because of my Scottish heritage. I have been fascinated with Celtic music for years, and the reason for this is because I love the sound. I love the exotic instruments, the dancing, the fun, the excitement. So I hope that you thoroughly enjoy this song, Celtic Wonder, as it's a conglomeration of all these things put together.